Morning, guys. This is Amy coming on to do a morning reading. I don't know what this is going to be about yet, but I'm going to start with the Shadowscapes Tarot. This is just such a beautiful deck. I love the artwork on this. This is one of the ones I picked up in Columbia City, Indiana. I've never seen them anywhere else. Spirit, what is it that the viewer needs to know? What does the viewer need to know right now? Start with these. Okay, so I've got the Page of Pentacles. Very interesting artwork. I've got the Ten of Swords. And I've got the Knight of Wands. I feel like that whoever this is meant for, Ten of Swords, you're coming out of a really tough time of just carrying way too much weight on you. And I feel like the Knight of Wands, Page of Pentacles, there's a message coming in for you. But this is to do with your pentacle, which would be your finances. There's a message coming in for you. Once you get past this Ten of Swords energy, Ten of Swords is the feeling of the whole weight of the world on your shoulders. You're just so weighed down with everyone's expectations, society, and just life in general, and you feel like you just can't possibly take one more thing. That's what the Ten of Swords is to me. Okay, what else does the viewer need to know about this situation? Spirit, what else does the viewer need to know? Okay, I've got the Eight of Swords now and the Three of Pentacles. Eight of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. Now, Eight of Swords is about being in a prison of your own thoughts. I have to double check the Three of Pentacles. Teamwork, functioning together as a unit, working together to achieve a goal. Okay, these coming out together, I feel like you actually have someone coming in that's going to help you get out of this Eight of Swords energy that you're in. Now, the Ten of Swords, I felt like all of this pressure on you was from outside sources, but the Eight of Swords is more about it being an inner source. And you do have someone coming in to help you with that, help take some of that burden off of you. But when you're in a prison of your own thoughts, you're the only one that can truly pull yourself out of that. And I mean, people have different ways of doing that. I turn to spirituality. Some people turn to religion, some turn to exercise, and whatever's a healthy way for you to handle that. Therapy may work. It hasn't helped me a whole lot in my life, but it may work. What deck do I want to grab next? Here, we'll just grab the Intuit Oracle. Give us a more clear idea. Okay, so this would be the current energies. Spirit, what can my viewer expect in the next 1 to 2 weeks? What can my viewer expect in the next 1 to 2 weeks? Okay. I apologize for that. Those cards decided to go right to the floor. Okay, we've got fish. Resources, finances, investment, prosperous, money, income, commerce, multiply, large quantity, lavish, body of water. That is the number 34. Stallion, break free, tame versus wild, strong emotions, desire, driving force, unbridled, sexual energy, freedom, unleash the inner beast. That's a number 4. Okay. Phoenix, death, rebirth, immortal, catalytic heart, awakening, rising up from the ashes, total transformation, complete renewal. Love it. Then we got domino, strategic planning, precise, gain momentum, set in motion, cause and effect, progress, execution, chain reaction, lineup, butterfly effect. And then we've got Maverick, rule breaker, independent, bold, rebel, nonconformist, fearless, unconventional, outside the box, defiant, loose cannon, risk taker. So I feel like something that you're doing, something that you're taking a risk with, is about to really pay off for you. It's really coming through. I mean, we got talk about rebirth, finances, breaking free, execution. I love the rule breaker part on the Maverick card. I have always been a little bit of a rule breaker myself. So I am a Scorpio moon. Rule breaking does and has happened. I apologize. Okay. So it looks like in the next week or two, you definitely got some improvements coming in. Okay, what about for the next, say, 2 to 4 weeks, Spirit? What does the viewer need to know is coming in the next 2 to 4 weeks? Tell me what the viewer has. Okay. Oh, I think we got an. Oh my goodness! The Twin Flame card. Swan, Soulmate, Twin Flame, Faith, A Pair of Things, Bloom in Love, The One, Deep Soul Contracts, Divination, Fluidity. I forgot this deck even had a Twin Flame card in it. Letter, writing, communication, fax, email, mail, notes, records, records. I'm not sure which one it is on here. News, memo, making contact, info, written documents. And then we got woman, you were the querent, a person you know, girlfriend, fiance, spouse, love interest, feminine energy. I feel like you are in your divine feminine energy in the next 2 to 4 weeks, and this is bringing in a message from your soulmate or twin flame. And I just want to tell you that if you are in separation with your twin flame and you are the divine feminine, you want to make sure when you hear from your divine masculine, first you want to make sure they're in divine masculine energy and not still in that low vibrational energy. You definitely want to make sure that your twin has healed like you have before you try to pursue anything further with them. However, this only mentions a message, so you're safe with just a message, Before you respond, make sure that you stop, breathe, and think and reflect before you give a response to whatever your divine masculine says to you. Because remember, as a divine feminine, I don't chase, I attract. You cannot start chasing your masculine again, or he will run again. It happens every time, right? I've been down this road far too many times. Divine masculine pops up, divine feminine gets overly excited, naturally chases again, and divine masculine says, okay, I gotta run. So you definitely don't want to do that. But I do see that you're going to be getting a message in the next 2 to 4 weeks from your divine masculine, whoever this reading is meant for. Okay, Spirit, can we get some advice? Some advice? This is advice. Divine feminine, this is advice for your higher self. Advice for the next 4 weeks for my divine feminine. Okay. We've got sometimes walking away is the only option, not because you want to make someone miss you or realize they took you for granted, but because you finally respect yourself enough to know you deserve better. I could not have picked a better card to show a divine feminine for advice. That is spot on. Okay, you are doing your best, and that is enough. Any difficulties you face will not last forever. Release the thoughts and feelings that don't feel good. Focus all of your energy on love, happiness, and your hopes and dreams. Again, very solid advice to the divine feminine on the twin flame journey. Okay, and since we know this is a twin flame reading now, how about we get some messages from their higher self to you? And we are going to do that with the Love's Oracle Part 2. Okay, Spirit, what messages does the Divine Masculine have for the Divine Feminine? What message does the Divine Masculine have for the Divine Feminine? Okay, we have I lost you? And I believe this is what the Divine Masculine is feeling right now. I feel like you pulled your energy back, you're guarding your energy, and they definitely feel it, and that's what's bringing this change about in them, actually. You need to stand firm right now in loving yourself, taking care of yourself, not being focused on them. Continue focusing on yourself. And that is what's going to get them to do the inner work. You want them to do the inner work. Heal those childhood wounds so they don't keep running from you. I want to man up and honor you. I've never met someone like you. And divine masculine energy really is the wanting to honor you and take care of you, take care of your heart, take care of your soul. Divine masculine wants to do that for you. They want to protect your heart and soul. And also, when you have a divine connection, there is not going to be anyone that will ever compare to you. Just like for you, there is no one that compares to your divine masculine. When you meet them, you get a glimpse of their higher self in the beginning, and so you know what's possible. Okay, I have trouble to express myself. And a lot of people deal with the trouble expressing themselves. Coming from childhood wounding, a lot of people were taught, especially in my generation, the Gen X generation, our boomer parents taught us that we weren't allowed to express ourselves. We I know I wasn't alone in this. I knew a lot of people around my age that grew up just not being allowed to be themselves. These boomer parents really, really, no offense to anyone, this it's just what I witnessed growing up was that, the I think the boomers were really the first woman that had to get out and support the whole family, and a lot more women became single parents, starting with the boomers, and it made it a lot harder for our parents to give us what we fully needed because they were so busy working being single parents. And now my generation has had a whole lot of that. I've done quite a bit of working as a single parent myself, trying to support my kids, and it's not easy. It is definitely not easy. Okay, you're all I've ever wanted. And I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap that up here. So have a great day. Bye.